water companies, and they run them as a resource. They realign their own existing resources. We have a lot of water is washed away. Some of us who are farmers, we tap this water. If you go along most of the riverbanks, you will see people using the water which eventually will drain into the lake and using it for irrigation. We can as well encourage county governments to be able to establish water reservoirs where they can be able to tap into this water. So this is a resource that we can be able to, once we realign just our small existing resources, we can be able to ensure that it supports our population. Mr. Speaker, let me reiterate again on the importance of legislations. When we draft legislations or legislations are proposed in this House, we have to be cognizant of the fact that our Constitution has devolved certain functions. Water and sanitation, fully devolved. These water bodies, or regional water bodies, should actually be working with the national government to be able to develop policies, but not to now start running the distribution of water in the county governments. During the time when we were interrogating these water companies, we also spent a lot of our time talking to the regional bodies. There was a huge conflict between Kajiado County, Makueni County, coming all the way to the river when it comes to the issue of Lolturesh, which is a water source. That water, historically, was piped from Lolturesh, which is down Kajiado South, to come and water flower farms in Kitengela. So the residents of that area, Makueni County, were not getting any water. The residents of Kajiado were not getting any water. So it's important that we look at our own resources. And first of all, before we send that water to serve other people, we make sure that we serve ourselves first. Mr. Speaker, if you and I travel today, the first thing we are told on an airplane is that you need to buckle up first. And even if you have a child, protect yourself first before you do what? You protect that child. So I think we need to be able to take this logic in terms of when it comes to the issue of running our own resources. There is no reason as to why Kajiado County should actually, residents of Kajiado County should stay without water, because that water is going in to support people of the river. There's absolutely no reason as to why the people of Makueni should not be able to benefit from the Mzima Springs, because all that water is going downstream to be able to support Mombasa County. I think we can be able to share these resources. We don't give out all the resources. In fact, even in the Bible says that the poor man is the one who gives out all his wealth and is left begging. I'm not a preacher, but I remember that. And it applies clearly on how we run our resources. So, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to conclude by stating the following. One, each one of us here must now start taking our job very seriously when it comes to the issue of managing our resources. If you take some time and you read the Auditor General report, you'll be shocked. There's a lot of mismanagement of the little resources that we have in the country. A lot of mismanagement. Whatever happens at the county headquarters also happens in those small companies that are open to run our resources. We must also now bite the bullet, Mr. Speaker. Each of our 47 county delegations here must engage county governors to be able to re-examine and carry out an audit of our water infrastructure. Because there's no point of us buying a lot of water from nearby counties, and then all that water is lost because of leakages, dilapidated infrastructure, which some of them actually end up being carcinogenic. So it's important that we'd rather do, even if we are to get any grants from the national government, those grants are utilized properly. There's so much that people can eat. But really, if you want to jeopardize even the supply of your water because you want to get a tender and line your own pocket, we just need to rethink how we want to live our life. These boards, Mr. Speaker, must now also, we must change the law to ensure that the people who serve on these boards have got experience on managing water companies. There's no point of rewarding our friends. We need to now start introducing the concept of meritocracy. Have people who understand the importance of this resource